You can surprise people episode to episode.
Surprise.
Oh my gosh. Fuck, you're lucky.
Like, when you say surprises, Derek, like,
Once you
what-
wait.
Yeah, why don't you guys talk about
well,
surprise?
that's the whole point of the show, is to keep people in suspense and surprised.
Yeah.
I feel like
yeah.
isn't that what we're doing?
You're looking at the future of Hollywood.
You are the best, or I would not have selected you. Our mission could prevent another 9/11. Foreign players planning a Chernobyl-level event here in Los Angeles.
Thank you for this show. And I have to thank you because I grew up in the 90s. I'm an 90s kid. I was born in the 80s, but I don't remember much. So watching this show, I just felt that I was watching a movie from the 90s. You know, this Little Weapon, all these movies that was very special for me in that age. And it's still special.
Yeah.
Did you found any inspiration in this retro, kind of style of shooting?
You hit the nail on the head, because when I first talked to Amazon about doing a show, I said I grew up in the 80s. I got to go every weekend down to the mall and watch Die Hard, Lethal Weapon, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Crimson Tide. Those were the Romancing the Stone. Those movies had so much adventure and energy and excitement, and like characters who were like having a good time while there was, life world-changing events happening. And so I just wanted to capture that spirit and that energy. You nailed it.
Yeah, bro, because even the characters themselves, the humor, the things that they involve, how they get to know each other, everything just make me like a flashback in different episodes. And
great.
yeah, it was great. Congratulations, you nailed it. You did it.
Thank you.
I'm curious about the rhythm, because when you have, you have a bomb, you have new characters, you have chasing, you have shooting. How do you keep up with 13 episodes? And you keep me as an audience, I want to watch the next one.
Yeah, what you have to do is you have to approach it like you've written a novel and these are chapters in a book, and you want people turning those pages, and you want them to not be able to set the book down, right? So to me, that's what the episodes are like. And I really try as a writer to me, the number one thing you try to do is surprise people. And you can surprise people episode to episode.
Surprise.
Oh my gosh. Fuck, you're lucky.
Like, when you say surprises, Derek, like,
Once you wait.
Yeah, why don't you guys talk about
well,
surprise?
that's the whole point of the show, is to keep people in suspense and surprised.
Yeah.
I feel like isn't that what we're doing?
You're looking at the future of Hollywood.
Yeah,
I agree. I agree.
This is it. When you
I
put a
agree.
task force together, one of the big problems is that you can't keep all these personalities to cajole into a team. Instead, they're their own
Yeah,
individual.
we just do what we want.
Yeah, they just do what they want. So
Well, it's been lovely.
Yeah.
great to see you guys. Oh my gosh, great to see
Have
you.
fun. Bye.
Let's hang
Bye.
out after. Okay, cool. Sorry about that. Now you see what I had to deal with.
That's pretty cool. So, but that's easy to keep up for 13 episodes then.
Yeah, so again, it's like if you can surprise people, not just at the end of an episode, but literally within scenes, like you're writing it and you have a scene that everybody's seen a million times, an interrogation room scene, right? You're going to put the suspect down at the table and you have to try to get the facts out of them. And so then as a writer, you have to say, okay, what can I do that's different than what anybody else has done? What if I have the two officers almost interrogating each other as opposed to, and the criminals like looking back and forth between them? To me, that's what makes it fun.
Because one of the things with the 90s, going back to that subject, and I read that you created the show while you're doing some research for Chicago PD, and then you add some humor. And this is the cool part, because me as 11 years old, 12 years old, I wanted to be like Arnold. I wanted to be like Van Damme, splitting myself. And of course, I didn't. I couldn't, because I know it's a movie. But with this kind of show that I'm older now, that I'm an adult, I still want to do all this. I want to drive into the sidewalk and things. Like, how do you create this emotion based on a research that basically in real life?
Yeah, well, that's the thing, is if you spend any time with real law enforcement officers from the FBI, from LAPD, from DEA, what you realize is you could, in 1 week, writing along with them, have a million stories that would blow people's minds. So I just try to capture the energy of that. But what's awesome too, as you saw a moment ago, is I have a cast that was up for anything, and I would have to tell them, no, please let the stunt people do that, and they would say, no, we're gonna do it.
Don't be Tom Cruise.
Yeah, we don't need that.
How do you feel as a showrunner, as a creator, that now we have this kind of style of watching shows that we can watch all 13 episodes in one sit? Do you feel that's better for your storytelling, or you prefer that old
what's
version?
awesome, I don't think that's better, and what's awesome about this show is Amazon's going to release the first three
episodes.
But then once a week, right? And so what I love about that, when you have a show that's got a lot of spoilers and a lot of surprises and a lot of twists and turns, is that your friend down the hall can't get ahead of where you are, and it gives you a week to talk over all your theories about what you think's going to happen. And I've done, when I've written in the past, usually at some point in the year, the whole audience is mad at me about something that's going to happen. So I will tell you ahead of time that's going to happen again, but stay with it. I think you're going to love it.
Thank you. I love the cameos, by the way. I love them. I love the cameos. They're very cool. I'm too excited because I love the show.
Hey.
One of the things that I love the show is the interaction that you had, the chemistry that you created. And I wonder, what do you think that Lucas and Keontae bring to the rebels? That's how I call them, the rebels.
Yeah.
And what do you think your characters add to them? Because you have to be also smart to be part of it, because you have to fix so many things, but also fix your life.
I think respect is probably the core thing that we all carry as characters. You know, like, we obviously understand these aren't newbies to the game or new kind of like law enforcers. And so that's probably the core thing that we bring to the table, and understand that everyone's qualified, everyone has been chosen to be part of the team. So that's something.
Yeah. And there's a shared drive that we all have. It might come from different places within our lives, but we're all extremely committed to the mission, the cause, and looking out for and protecting each other. And that helps things work really well.
It's a different mentality when you have to make a show for a streaming service, because people are going to be at home watching first 3 episodes, then watching an episode per week. Do you feel that gives you more responsibility when you have to deliver something, or you feel that the people are gonna get to know you in this, I don't know, probably 10 weeks that we have left?
I feel like our intention was to, obviously stay true to our objectives as actors and the characters and that kind of thing. And hopefully the chemistry that we create on screen allows people to connect with these people, really, not characters, but people. And so hopefully that's the connective tissue between us and the audience. I didn't feel any different about creating a week by week thing as opposed to streaming. The goals are still the same.
Yeah. It just, if anything, it feels exciting to have the amount of room in the number of episodes that we have to really do this story justice and give these characters the room to breathe and live and play, and then hopefully viewers give them the extended time relative to what this could have been, to play along with us and like to get to know us more and on levels that we now have room to do. I think it's really exciting.
You saw my conversation with Derek, and he confirmed me that this show is based on so many things from the 90s. That he told you to watch something from the 90s to have an idea of the show and your characters?
Did he tell you something to watch them?
He didn't, but we played a lot of 80s trivia, 80s, 90s movie trivia.
That's true.
And for me, that was RoboCop, Predator, Lost Boys, and a whole bunch of stuff we just happen to like, but not really specific for the show.
I never talked to him about. I'm such a Matrix boy, and I should really talk to him about. Maybe that's why all I want to do is run up walls and jump out of windows in this show. But maybe I should tell him that actually.
You should.
So I'm not doing that.
If we go for season 2, you just
season 2,
Season 2, yeah.
Leather the whole time.
yeah.
And the sunglasses. The sunglasses are very important.
Exactly.
Yeah, glasses.
But the Morpheus ones, like no handle, just up and ready to go. Okay, you said it first. I'm gonna make that happen.
Guys, thank you so much. Congratulations.
Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you for letting us crash too. I appreciate
No,
that.
that was awesome. Thank you.
Awesome.